Hello, welcome to the Savage Film Group channel. Well, officially it's the Rock Savage channel, but it's really the channel of the Savage Film Group. And what you're seeing is the DVDs that we have for sale on our website. And I thought it was high time after having so many videos up here. I think we have 8 YouTube episodes. It was time for those of you who weren't familiar with us, to know who we are. And there's one of our movies, Dead to the Last Drop. It's an anthology of vampire tales. It's an action horror movie. We have our savage heroes from the Savage universe taking on vampires. The next one is Two-Fisted Tale of Terror. Tough guys and tough chicks versus monsters. That's A Taste of Flesh and Mummy of Gorgor, the first 2 Harry Gross films. Harry Gross is our occult investigator. I recommend that highly. It's been remastered. Looks really good. Those are the 2 films that started it all. Our latest anthology, Weird Crime Stories, with more really bizarre monsters, hot chicks in bikinis, and our resident action heroes. And another anthology that says it all, Hard-Boiled Heroes, featuring stories of crime, violence, and the supernatural. So get ready to find out who, what, when, where is, and who are the Savage Film Group. Savage, and I am the president of the Savage Film Group. I'm also the producer, director, and writer of most of the films that you've seen right here. And I thought it was time that you get to know who we are, because we've have a few videos here on this YouTube channel. Our movie trailer shows films from the past 10 years, but we've been around longer. We've been around since 1980 making movies, and some of them were successful. We don't have the exposure we would like to have, which is why we now have a YouTube channel. But we've been working hard since 1980, making films, and thanks to the internet, a lot of people got to see our movies. We've appeared. Some of our films, since they are anthologies and pieces, have the short films have appeared on Count Gore Duvall's website on his weekly web program, so you can see us there sometimes. But the complete films are all here, and you can buy them at our website at www.savagefilmgroup.com. And I'm Rock, like I said, I'm Rock Savage, and I think it's time you know more about us. Like I said, we've been making films since 1980, and we were originally shooting on film from 1980 to 1999. And then we switched to digital because, it was a lot easier than what we've been doing. We had to, when you're shooting film, you shoot the sound separately if you want better quality, and sometimes you have to overdub the film, and it was very hard work. And it's, you guys who shoot YouTube videos now and do your own movies, you don't realize how easy it is compared to how it was when we had to physically cut the film, which we had to do without a work print because we couldn't afford it. So, but we're here now, and originally our goal was to get into movie theaters. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because, well, it just didn't happen because the business was changing for the worse, and it was tougher for independents to get into movie theaters. Also, a lot of drive-in theaters were closing because of the VCR. We did get our movies into video clubs, rental clubs, which we were really excited about that. We got into rental clubs in Maryland and Virginia area, and in a few places that heard about us through fanzines. Before the internet, we had fanzines and correspondence, and because of this, we got reviewed in places around the country, and including this is from a review of Mummy of Gorgor, which I showed you the box of, and I would really recommend Mummy of Gorgor. Mummy of Gorgor and Taste of Flesh were the 2 films that started it all. Taste of Flesh was released on college campuses in 1981 is where it had its premiere. And Mummy of Gorgor was released in 1986. And that also appeared in college campuses and in small clubs around Washington, D.C. and New York that showed movies which show Mummy of Gorgor. And so people would be drinking and watching our movie. Well, which is fine. Anyway, someone did a review about us in a column called Mondo Video. It's from the Long Island Ear in Long Island, New York. And this was in 1991. People were still talking about Mummy of Gorgor, even though we had moved on and continued to make movies. People were still talking about this one. And we have a great review here of our movie. Three guys in John Waters' home state of Maryland created this delightful Super 8 odyssey of a sex-obsessed detective wearing a Nehru jacket together with a kung fu fighting black CIA agent hunts down a very decrepit, virgin-obsessed mummy to the beat of an abrasive rock and roll garage band. So, guaranteed to make your wife leave the room in under 4.5 minutes. And the reason this was, we don't pull any punches. It's a pretty gory film. One of my idols was Herschel Gordon Lewis. When I was in high school, I read about him, and I said, I want to make movies like this guy. Our films are basically action/horror films. They're a very strange hybrid. And where we have action heroes, I always liked Private Eyes, taking on the supernatural. And so we've been doing this again since 1980. And 81's when the first Harry Gross film came out. Harry Gross is an occult investigator. He investigates very bizarre things. So it's his job to look for this sort of thing. And so we have plenty of great movies with this. We make all types of movies, but we make Mondo films also, but our favorite type of films are the action horror anthologies. And we thought, that we want to give people more bang for their buck. And when you buy one of our films, and yes, I am shamelessly self-promoting it, you get 2 DVDs. It's a double DVD set. One you get with the movie. The other DVD is loaded with all sorts of extras. Maybe some bloopers, maybe some running commentary, some interviews, and a really cool throwbacks from the drive-in era of the 60s and 70s and sometimes 50s with all the little intermission stuff, little short films telling you to get refreshments and other surprises. Sometimes we'll throw in a very rare short film that we discovered that belonged in weird classrooms that they did stuff like that. Like I said, this is the one that started off. It's a double feature, A Taste of Flesh and Mummy of Gorgor. It's been remastered. On the DVD extras, you also get the great rock video we did to promote the movie, and that was really impressive. I was very happy with that. This is the last anthology we did, which has 3 of our action heroes in it. It's got 4 stories, and of course, again, DVD loaded with extras. So you get 2 DVDs, and you should check it out on our website, www.savagefilmgroup.com. This film, Hardboiled Heroes, which, its title says it all. It's got crime, violence, blood, and the supernatural. We shot it in black and white. I would say it's the first, what I would call the first noir mod film. It's got a very mod and groovy look, but it's also shot in black and white to give it an old-style noir movie look. And so it's a strange hybrid. It also features Conrad Brooks, who was in Ed Wood's movie Plan 9 from Outer Space. And we got him to appear in the movie as Commissioner Spillane, the police commissioner. He did a fairly interesting job. We were glad to have Conrad with us there. The rest of the stuff here are CDs, which feature radio spots. These are B-movie radio spots from the 60s and 70s. You'd turn on your radio and hear these outrageous commercials, which were very hyped up to get you to see these movies, and they're terrific. You play this in your car, you'll get a kick out of it. Savage Radio Theater, 2 stories, a cross between old-time radio and audiobooks. This has a full cast, including sound effects and music. 2 Harry Gross adventures, Blood Red Horror of the Mummy and Nazi Blood Cult. And really, really good stuff, but not for kids. However, this one here is kid-friendly. This one, no cussing in it, but we do have action and fantasy violence in it, of course. But this you can play with your kids, and you would enjoy it too. It's got the missing unicorn affair. One of our mermaids is missing. The luchador versus the giant. I mean, we have also in this 2 Harry Gross adventures, which are very interesting, and will knock your socks off. So you need to check us out at www.savagefilmgroup.com. And if you want to know more about us, you can visit our Facebook page. We have a Facebook Savage Film Group Facebook page. I have 2 Facebook pages, Rock Savage fan page, and one where you could interact with me if you want. You really want to go to the Rock Savage fan page. There's more Savage Film Group news on that. And Maud Mutilator, the Maud Mutilator, who is our mass wrestling guy, and yes, he used to be a real mass wrestler back in the day, independent guy, so he didn't get as much exposure, as my opinion, as he deserved. He's, as you can see, he's in our vampire anthology, Dead to the Last Drop. He has his own fan page, Maud Mutilator, and you can interact with him, post something on his Facebook page, and he'll get back to you. Again, also check out our website. In our next, I will do these more frequently. We're going to talk more about the history of the Savage Film Group and how we got there to here. And that's, we're going to go piece by piece, because that's a long history. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Click down below. There should be a link to our website. If not, there should be. But if not, it's www.savagefilmgroup.com. And thank you for watching.